This
Hey,
New Year's gonna suck.
hi, I'm keeping that in there. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Magoon Squad show. Uh, Today we have Parker back at it again. You saw him on Monday. He's here back today. Bobby unfortunately could not make it today, but that's okay. We got the OG, the one and only Parker. Parker, say what's up to the show and to the podcast listeners out there.
Hi.
Amazing, amazing. All right, so sort of what we did on the last episode, I went through the whole regular season of the NFL and kind of gave my opinions and records and whatnot of how the season's going to go. So now it's Parker's turn.
Yeah.
I mean, Parker, this is your chance to show the viewers and everyone that you are actually an expert compared to me and Bobby, where we just give takes that we feel very strongly about and are always right, of course, never wrong. But
Oh, here's the difference. You guys got your very strong opinions and strong takes. I'm going for the very weak, non-educated, throw out some guesses, and we're gonna see who's got the better predictions. The guy that's read up on everything and has a understanding and a good reason, or the guy that just blind pick fires. We're gonna we're
all
gonna we're
right,
gonna
well,
we're gonna do a experiment, if you will.
let's rapid fire some of these. We'll hold the bigger games off
Okay.
on every single week, but let's just start out with the Bengals and Pats. What do you got there?
Uh, Bengals.
Okay, moving on. We got the Jags at the Dolphins. Little Florida matchup there. Who we feeling?
I will say I think Jaguars have improved, but I'm still going Dolphins.
Oh, I
Tricked
even
you,
clicked
tricked
on.
you.
I even clicked
Oh,
on it.
yeah.
Texans at Colts.
Texans. I'll give it
Okay.
to the Texans.
We got Gardner Minshew versus Justin Herbert in the Chargers.
Is Minshew the starter for
He's
Raiders
the
this year?
starter for the Vegas Raiders. Yep.
As much as I love him, just because it's him, it's got to be Chargers.
Nah. And then you got your Tennessee Titans going against the Chicago Bears and Caleb Williams, first home opener for the rookie quarterback.
I personally, it doesn't matter if this is the Titans playing or not, or if it was the Bears. I personally am a big Caleb Williams hater, so I'm going to pick against Caleb Williams.
All right, going with the Titans here. So we got Steelers and Russell Wilson officially named starting quarterback for Week 1 versus Kirk
hmm
Cousins and the Falcons. Who do we got for you?
That'll be interesting. What other big acquisitions did either of those teams make over the offseason? I can't
So
remember right
the
off the
Steelers
top
has George Pickens, Najee Harris, Pat Fryermuth, and then they got Patrick Queen at linebacker now, along with T.J. Watt, Mika Fitzpatrick, and Dante Jackson, the
head.
cornerback that used to be on the Panthers. Falcons, on the other hand, Kyle Pitts, Bijan Robertson, Drake London, Kirk Cousins. Still have Jesse Bates as a safety, I believe, and then they still have a solid front seven there. Not amazing, but not bad. Not a bad defense. I wouldn't say it's anywhere close to the Steelers, though, personally.
I am gonna toss home team Falcons to win.
Okay, okay.
hmm
Bills and Cardinals, got that matchup. I think I picked Josh Allen here just because it's Josh Allen, but
Yeah, I would pick the same. I'll go Bills.
okay. You got Bo Nix and the Broncos versus Geno Smith and the Seahawks. Who do you got there?
Throw picks. I don't give him wins either. We'll go Seahawks.
Seahawks. All right. We got Cowboys at the Browns. I think this is a big matchup here for me. I picked the Browns at home, just a healthy Watson, a healthy Nick Chubb, but you know how Dak Prescott and the Cowboys are in the regular season. So, who you
hmm
got for that one?
Yeah, I could see this being a good week 1 game. I'll go Cowboys.
Cowboys. Okay,
Yeah, I'll
we're
go
gonna save
Cowboys.
that Monday night one and this Thursday night one for the end. Uh,
Okay.
let's save Green Bay as well. So you got Panthers at New Orleans. Who do you got there for that one?
Um, who's your QB this year
We got
for
Derek
Saints?
Carr currently with Chris
Derek
Olave,
Carr.
Rashid Shaheed at receiver, Taysom Hill, Jawan Johnson. I believe. Do we still have what's his name from LSU? Oh, I'm blanking on his name. Tight end from LSU. I'm blanking on his name. We still have Alvin Kamara and Jamal Williams, but for Foster Moreau, that's his name. Foster Moreau, who's not
Hmm.
terrible.
You know, I don't dislike Bryce Young, but I think Panthers just I think they still got a lot of work left, so I'll go Saints.
Cool. You got Sam Darnold and the Vikings going to New York Giants with Malik Neighbors, Daniel Jones, and that team over there. Not really solid at running back right now, but I mean, it's still. It's Jefferson versus Malik Neighbors week 1, so.
I mean, with how much that they're paying Jones, they better be winning games. So for that logic only, I'll go New York.
All right. Commanders and Jaden Daniels' first start as a rookie on the road in Tampa Bay against Baker Mayfield and the Bucks with Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and those guys. Who do you got going in that one?
We'll throw out a wild card here. We'll go Washington.
All right, I like that. And then you got the Rams, Matthew Stafford, Puka Nacua, Cooper Kupp, and Kyrie Williams going to Detroit, who was in the championship game in the NFC, lost to the 49ers. Who do you got for that one?
This could be a good game here. And I always love seeing, the not really a rivalry now at this point, but having Stafford play against the Lions is kind of fun to watch.
Yeah.
I'm guessing this is like the Sunday night game.
I think Cowboys Browns might be Sunday night.
Okay.
Let's take a look. See here, we got Lions Rams is Sunday night. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be a good night game right there. I'll go. This is at Detroit. I'll give it to Stafford. I'll go Rams.
All right. What a nice. I like that pick. All right. We saved 3 games. My biggest 3 games of this week here. We got Jets and Aaron Rodgers' first game back versus the defending NFC champions of the 49ers. Who do you got for that one at the 49ers?
I'll give it to the 49ers.
Okay. And you got Green Bay and Eagles playing down in, I believe it's Mexico City. They're playing that one down there. Yeah, so do we have Green Bay, Jordan Love, and that Packers offense with that decent defense going against the Eagles, or do you have the Eagles winning that
one? Here's my logic. You said they're playing down in Mexico. Is that right?
Mexico City, I believe. Let me see. Sao Paulo. That's where they're playing at.
Sao Paulo. That's all the way down in Brazil.
Yeah, I thought it was Mexico City, but I think that's another one.
All right, give me 2 seconds. I am pulling up the 10-day weather forecast for Sao Paulo, and trust me, there's method behind my madness. Okay.
Well, while you're doing that, are you going to go with the Ravens at the Chiefs on Thursday night, or do you have the Chiefs winning the opener against Baltimore and Lamar Jackson on Thursday Night Football?
Man, I know these guys play, all the time. It seems like now. I think I'm gonna have to give opening day to the Chiefs.
Gotcha. Nice. All right. Finally, we're down to the Packers and Eagles after you look at your little 10-day forecast there.
Yep. All right. So I've got the forecast here.
Okay.
And this is going to be down in Brazil. This is going to be, in the 80s.
Yep.
Now, stay with me, guys. Okay. Green Bay Packers. Their open stadium, blizzard conditions is their biggest advantage. I think they melt in the heat. I'm going Philly.
All right.
Look at
Philly.
that. Look at that big brain.
Philly right there. All right, we're gonna rapid fire week 2, and then I don't think there's any huge games this week. Maybe the Bengals Chiefs that we'll save for last. But other than that, it's pretty one-sided in some of these. So real quick, let's rapid fire this. Bills and Dolphins, Thursday Night Football.
Let's go Dolphins.
Dolphins at home. We got Jets visiting the Tennessee Titans. Who do you have for that one? Rodgers and the Jets, or Titans and Levis?
Ooh. I think this will be our first test of the year potentially for my Titans. We'll go Titans. I'll back my team here.
All right. You got Browns going on the road to Duval County and Jacksonville. Who do you got for that one?
Let's go Jacksonville.
All right. Raiders at Ravens.
We'll go Ravens.
Okay.
What's that little yellow thing next to that?
That's coming off of a mini bye. That means since the Ravens are playing on Thursday night, they get a little bit more of a break than the Raiders do. Same for the Chiefs. So, moving on, we got Steelers at Broncos.
We'll give it the first away win of the week. We'll go Steelers.
All right. You got Indianapolis Colts and Anthony Richardson going on the road to Green Bay and playing Jordan Love and the Packers. Who do you got for that one?
Let's go another road win. Let's
All
go
right. I like
Colts.
it. I like it. Interesting. All right. Justin Herbert and the Chargers going on the road to Carolina. Who you got for that one?
Keep the road wins coming. Let's go
All
Chargers.
right. Seahawks at Patriots.
I think Patriots are gonna have a rough year. Let's keep those road wins coming.
All right. Bears at Texans.
I am gonna flip and go back over to the home team here. Give it to Texans.
All right. 49ers at Minnesota.
Let's go 49ers.
All right. Saints at Dallas. I already know what you're going to say for that one. I even said the same thing, so don't worry.
Dallas.
Yeah. Yeah. As a Saints fan, there's no way. I mean, if we win on the road, that is over expectation for me. So, moving on, you got Daniel Jones, and I really can't believe they're already playing a divisional game in week 2. But Daniel Jones playing the Commanders at the Commanders. Who do you got for that one?
I'll go Giants here.
Giants. Okay, we got Bucks going to Detroit and playing the Lions. Who we got for that one?
We'll go Detroit.
All right. Rams facing off against Arizona in Arizona. Do we like the Rams again, or are we feeling?
Let's give it to the sawed-off quarterback.
So Arizona.
Kyler Murray is a sawed-off human being. He is a short man, especially for his role.
We got Atlanta going to Philadelphia. Who we got for that one? Who we liking?
Yeah, I don't see Atlanta winning that one. I'll go Philly.
Gotcha. And then finally for my week, the game of the week on this week, we got Joe Burrow and the Bengals going to Arrowhead and playing Patrick Mahomes. Who do we got for this one here?
I'm going to give it to Buzzcut Burrow.
Yeah. Slim Shady Burrow?
Honestly, yeah.
All right, moving on to week 3, we got the Pats visiting the New York Jets. Do we see the Jets picking up their first win, or the Patriots here?
Yeah, I'm gonna give Jets win here. This both winless teams, in my opinion, going into that week. I'm giving it to the Jets.
All right, you got the Chargers visiting Pittsburgh. Who we got for that one?
Let's go. Go Chargers.
Chargers, I like it, man. I like it. We got Jacksonville Jaguars visiting Josh Allen in Buffalo. Who we like for that one? And Buffalo is coming off a mini bye week for playing an early game.
I'll give that one to the Bills right there.
Bills? Okay, perfect. Now another test for the Tennessee Titans as Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers come in to Tennessee to play them at home. Who do we got for that one?
I think Titans lose their first of the year. We'll go with Love.
Green Bay. All right, Texans at Minnesota.
I think the Texans are good this year, but I'm gonna give this one to the Vikings.
All right, we got the Bears at Indianapolis.
We'll go and say Bears get their first win on the year.
Okay. Broncos at Bucks. Who we got for that one?
We'll give it to Tampa.
All right. Giants at Cleveland Browns.
Go Browns.
All right. Dolphins at Seattle Seahawks.
We'll go Dolphins again. We say they keep it going.
Now we got Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers on the road against Minshew and the Raiders. Who we like for this one here?
I think Bryce Young doesn't get beat up too bad in the first 2 weeks, and I think he pulls a win out of his pocket.
All right. We're going to save that one, but we got the Kansas City Chiefs going to the Atlanta Falcons. I assume you got Chiefs. I do, but we'll see.
Yep. Yeah, I would go Chiefs here, yep.
We got Jaden Daniels and the LSU rookie facing off against the other LSU legend, Joe Burrow, in Cincinnati. Who we got for the LSU face-offs?
Oh, yeah. That'll be an interesting little storyline.
And it's going to be on Monday Night Football, so I'm going to be tuning in. We got one Heisman LSU quarterback winner versus another Heisman quarterback
that's
LSU.
A good point.
Winner.
I think the guy with a little bit of experience schools the rookie. I'll go Bengals.
All right. We got the Philadelphia Eagles going to New Orleans and playing the Saints. And unfortunately, you already know what I picked because I had to as a realist.
I mean, it's obviously the Saints. No, I'm just going Eagles.
Yeah, I went Eagles too. It's tough. We got a tough schedule, even though we're not ranked as one of the. We're ranked as the easiest schedule in the league at 32, but somehow we have, which makes no sense because we still have the Eagles, the Cowboys, that division. And then I forgot who our AFC division is, but it's like, come on, But anyway, you got the 49ers going to LA and playing Matthew Stafford and the Rams. Who we got for that one?
Let's go with. I think this might be a good game, but I'm
Yeah.
gonna go with the home team. Give it to SoFi Rams.
All right. You got the Detroit Lions going on the road against Arizona and Kyler Murray. Who we like for this one?
I'll go Lions here.
All right. And finally, game of the week, in my opinion, you got the Baltimore Ravens on the road against Dallas Cowboys. Who do we like for this one here?
I'm gonna have to go with Ravens.
Nice. I like it. All right. Moving on to week 4. Let me look. We don't really have any crazy matchups. So let's just rapid fire this one. Jags at the Texans.
Texans.
Texans. We got Steelers at the Colts.
Let's go Colts.
Colts. All right. Broncos at the Jets.
I think Jets.
All right. Kansas City at LA Chargers.
Ooh, this would be a good one. I'll go Chiefs.
Chiefs. All right. We got the Cleveland Browns going against the Vegas Raiders. Who we got for this one?
Let's go. I'll give Raiders their first win on the year.
All right. I like it. That's a good upset there, too. The Buffalo Bills versus the Baltimore Ravens, at the Baltimore Ravens. Who we like for that one?
I'll go Ravens here.
Okay. You got your Tennessee Titans going on the road again, Monday Night Football in Miami. You guys beat them last time on Monday Night Football in Miami. Who do you got this time?
I'll put that wild pick out there. I'll say they do it again. Let's go
All right.
Titans.
Interesting. I like it. All right. You got the Bengals going on the road against the Panthers. Who we like for this one?
I'll go Bengals.
Bengals? All right.
Buzzcut Burrow can't be stopped, boy.
Dude, yeah. And you got the Patriots taking on the 49ers. Who we like for that one?
I mean, obviously the Patriots are the better team. Oh.
All right. You got the Cowboys
49ers,
at you got the Cowboys at New York for I believe their first divisional game on the year. Who do we like for that one?
We'll give it to the Cowboys.
All right. Minnesota taking on the Green Bay Packers as their first divisional game as well between each other, or just on the year. Who we like for this one?
Always a fun time seeing the hatred between those two. I'm gonna have to give it to the home team, Green Bay Packers.
All right, you got the Matthew Stafford and the LA Rams going to Chicago and playing Caleb Williams. Who we like for that one?
Let's go Rams.
Rams again. All right, Eagles on the road against Tampa Bay playing Baker Mayfield. Who we like in this one here?
Eagles.
All right, Saints playing their first divisional game versus the Atlanta Falcons. Who do we like for this? Their second divisional game here. Facing the Atlanta Falcons. Who do we like for this one?
I'm going to say Falcons.
All right. You got the Washington Commanders versus Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. Who do we like for this one here?
We'll go Cardinals.
All right. And then the Seattle Seahawks at Detroit Lions here.
Lions.
Lions? Perfect. All right. Moving on to week 5. This is where you finally see some teams getting on a bye week early. Chargers, Eagles, Lions, Titans on an early bye week on the year. So, looking at the schedule now, you got Bills at the Texans.
Bills at Texans. I think this could be a good matchup here. I'm going to give it to the Bills.
All right. I like it. Good pick. You got Colts versus the Jaguars, their first divisional game against each other. Who we like for this one here?
I'll go home team Jaguars.
Duval. All right. You got the Dolphins at the Patriots here.
Oh, we skipped one. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. I can't read.
Yep. We'll come back to that one.
Dolphins had that one stinky game last year. I'm gonna say they have another stinky game. We'll go Patriots. It's gonna be that. It's gonna be that real bad loss for them for the year.
Yeah. And you got the Vegas Raiders at Denver.
We'll give Denver their first win on the year.
All right. And you got New York at Minnesota.
Let's go Jets.
Jets. All right. Browns versus Jaden Daniels and the Commanders.
Let's go Browns.
Cowboys at the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Cowboys.
You got the Saints at Arrowhead Stadium and the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm gonna have to give. Oh well, you better switch that back over to the Chiefs.
Ah, shoot, man, I was close. Yeah, I'd be shocked. Like I said, if we pick up a win against the Cowboys or the Chiefs on the road, I'd be shocked. Consider me shocked. We got Tampa Bay at the Atlanta Falcons. Another divisional matchup there.
Tampa Bay at Falcons. Let's go Tampa Bay.
I was feeling
Why
a
not?
Baker Mayfield vibe from you.
Yeah,
You got
yeah.
Bryce Young and the Carolina Panthers facing off against Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears. Who do you got for this one here?
We'll go Bryce Young.
Bryce Young?
Yep.
I like it. All right. You got Arizona on the road in San Francisco to play the 49ers.
Yeah, I'm gonna give that to the Niners.
The Giants on the road facing the Seattle Seahawks.
I'll go Seahawks here.
Okay. And then you got the Green Bay Packers on the road against the LA Rams and Matthew Stafford. I think could be a really good game, but just wanted your thoughts as well.
Yeah, I agree. This could be a good one. Could go back and forth. Might get decent amount of scoring going. I'm gonna have to give it to the home team here. Gonna have to go Rams.
All right. And then finally, the big first divisional game in the AFC North that everyone's been waiting for. Week 5, you got the Baltimore Ravens on the road in Cincinnati facing off Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Who do you got for that one?
That'll be a good one for sure. I'm gonna go Rams here. Or Ravens. Blech. I just said Rams. My brain was still thinking Rams.
Too much Stafford love there. All right, teams on a bye week in week 6. You got Chiefs, Dolphins, Rams, and Vikings. So now the Titans, Tennessee Titans, facing their first divisional opponent, the Indianapolis Colts, who have historically played very well in Tennessee. Who do you got winning this one?
Yeah, that is correct. I'm gonna have to say that the Colts continue their good run against them away.
Yeah. And then you got the Houston Texans facing off against Drake May and the New England Patriots.
We'll go Texans again here.
All right. Steelers versus the Raiders.
We'll go Steelers.
All right. Chargers at Denver.
You know what? We'll give this one to Denver. We'll give it to the home team.
Okay. Josh Allen and the Bills facing off against Aaron Rodgers and the Jets at New York.
Yeah, I'll give Aaron Rodgers another win. I'll go Jets.
Okay. Duval County on the road in Chicago facing off against Caleb Williams. Who we got for this one here?
Yeah, we'll go Jags.
Okay. We got Commanders facing off against the Baltimore Ravens at Baltimore.
I mean, it's got to be Ravens, right?
Yeah. And then I think could be a really good matchup as well. You got the Cleveland Browns on the road in Philadelphia facing off against the Eagles. I think I picked the Browns on this one, maybe as an upset, but see what you think here.
Yeah, I'm gonna say. I mean, I think the Eagles are good. I think they keep up their dominance so far and stay undefeated through week 5 or week 6. My apologies.
Yeah. And then you got the Cincinnati Bengals facing off against, Daniel Jones and Malik Neighbors in the Giants.
We'll go Bengals.
Bengals? All right. You got the 49ers. You got the 49ers on the road in Seattle.
Let's go 49ers.
All right. You got Arizona on the road facing the Green Bay Packers and Jordan Love.
Yeah, it's going to be Jordan Love for me.
Yep. Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield, who, again, historically the Bucs have played very well against the Saints in the Superdome. Who do you got winning this one, Bucs or Saints?
I'm going to give this one to the Saints.
Nice. Me too. And I'm not a Saints fan. But anyway, Lions, and I think this is the game of the week. Lions on the road at Dallas. Jared Goff and Dak Prescott. I think it could be a really, really high-scoring game. I think, honestly, I think it's going to be 38 to 31 or something like that. Something crazy.
Yeah.
What do you got for this one here?
Yeah, I can definitely see this being a shootout for sure. I think it'll be a fun game. I'll give it to the away team here. I'll go Lions.
All right, and then you got the Falcons going on the road to Carolina. Who do you got for that one there?
You got that Stafford love too. He's not there anymore, but you still got a little bit of Stafford love. Saying Lions again. We'll go Falcons.
Falcons. All right, moving on to week 7. We got Bears and Cowboys on a bye, so we can rapid fire these. Not really too crazy of a matchups here, but Patriots at Jacksonville.
We'll give Jacksonville.
Okay. Dolphins at Indianapolis.
Let's say Dolphins.
Dolphins. All right. Your Tennessee Titans on the road in Buffalo facing Josh Allen and the Bills.
I'm gonna go Bills here.
Okay. Cincinnati Bengals on the road facing Deshaun Watson, Nick Chubb, and the Browns.
I'll give the one to the home team.
Okay. You got the Jets on the road facing the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Ooh. Oh, I'm trying to think here. I think I'll go Steelers. I'll go home team.
Steelers, I like it. I like it. All right, you got Bo Nix and Sean Payton facing off against his old team in the New Orleans Saints at New Orleans. This is Sean Payton's first game back in New Orleans. Who do we got that for Thursday Night Football?
I think he comes in and he ruins his own homecoming and he wins the game.
Dude, that's crazy. Honestly, dude, saying that's crazy. Anyway, the Texans on the road facing Jordan Love. CJ Stroud, Jordan Love going at it. Who we got for that one there?
I'll give this one to CJ Stroud and the Texans.
Okay. You got the Las Vegas Raiders going against the LA Rams.
Let's go. Yep. Yeah, I was gonna say Rams. Yeah,
I already knew you were gonna say.
Yeah, not really gonna argue that one.
We'll save this one because this is the big rematch.
Okay.
Moving on. Ravens at Tampa Bay. Who we got for that one there?
Ravens at Tampa Bay. We'll go Ravens.
All right. Chargers at Cardinals, Arizona.
Let's go Chargers.
Okay. Lions at Minnesota.
Ooh, well, you know what? Let's go Vikings here.
All right. Seahawks
win for
at
'em.
Atlanta.
I'll go Seahawks.
All right. Eagles at Giants.
We'll go Eagles.
And then finally, before we get to the last game, Panthers at Commanders.
Let's go Commanders.
All right. And
We're
then,
going
of course,
Commando. Wait, what?
And then, of course, oh boy. And then, of course, week 7, we got Super Bowl rematch from last year and a couple years before as well. Kansas City Chiefs on the road in San Francisco. Does San Francisco finally show that they can be the Chiefs, even if it's not the Super Bowl, or Kansas City gets the win against them again?
Yeah, I'm going to give it to the 49ers here at home. I'm going to say they get their revenge game, but obviously a lot less important than the other games that have been a little more important. So it'll be nice to get that win under their belt, but it's not going to feel too good.
Yeah, it's not going to be what it means. So
Yeah, it could have been a lot more a few months ago.
I'm not seeing any crazy games here either, so we can just well, there is one, but we'll save that. Let's just rapid fire the rest of these. Colts versus Texans.
Let's go Texans.
All right. Ravens at Browns.
Let's go. Well, you know what? Let's give upset to Browns here.
All right. Jets at Patriots.
Jets at Patriots. We'll go Jets.
Okay.
I think Patriots are bad, man. I think they're real bad.
I think they're real bad too, honest. I think they would be shocked to get 3 wins. Kansas City at Vegas Raiders.
We'll go Kansas City.
All right. Green Bay at Jacksonville. I think this is one big game. Not the biggest game of the week, but a big game here.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go. I'll say Green Bay.
Green Bay? All right. Arizona at Miami.
Let's go upset city. Let's go Cardinals.
All right. I like it. All right. Your Tennessee Titans facing off against Detroit Lions at Detroit.
I'm going to have to give this one to the Lions.
Yep. Josh Allen and the Bills going on the road against the Seattle Seahawks.
Let's go Bills.
Bills. And then you got the New Orleans Saints coming off of a mini bye week because they played on Thursday Night Football, facing off against the Chargers.
I'm going to go Chargers.
Okay. You got the Carolina Panthers facing off against the Broncos as well, who came off of that mini bye week on a Thursday night game.
Let's go against throw picks. Let's go Panthers.
Okay. The Giants on the road against Pittsburgh on Monday Night Football.
We'll go Pittsburgh.
Okay. Minnesota at LA.
Yep.
I don't even have
Yeah.
to. I
Well,
don't even have to ask you.
yeah. It's LA.
Atlanta at Tampa Bay.
um, I'll go Atlanta here. We'll give it to the away team.
Okay. Chicago on the road against the Commanders.
I think Chicago wins that one.
Yeah, battle of both rookie quarterbacks, Williams and
Mm-hmm.
Daniels. So, besides the other game that I had saved, this is the second biggest game of the week, besides also Green Bay and Jacksonville, in my opinion. You got the Cowboys on the road in San Francisco. Who do you got winning that one? Of
Yeah,
course,
that'll be a good
this
matchup
is where the famous Ezekiel Elliott, I think it was it a direct snap or was it like a punt snap or something where he got the ball and then like fumbled it or something like that?
Oh,
Where
I don't remember.
if I could find the clip, I would definitely show it. But there's this dude, he did like this weird formation thing where Zeke took the snap or something and just botched it. And it was just the worst, like, fourth down try I've ever seen. But do we have the Cowboys winning on the road or the 49ers winning at home?
I'm gonna have to give this one to the 49ers.
All right. And finally, I think the game of the week for me personally, the Eagles on the road against the Cincinnati Bengals in Slim Shady.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say Eagles have been very dominant so far. In my opinion, they're undefeated going into this week, but Slim Shady pulls it off.
I knew it. I knew it. All right, week
Mhm.
9, and then we'll kind of dive into what the records look like so far on Parker's regular season predictions.
Okay.
So you got the Texans at the Jets.
I'll give it to the Texans.
Okay,
I think Texans are strong, man.
they're good. They're really good. Picking up Stephon Diggs and Joe Mixon, it's hard not to like them. So you got Tennessee Titans versus the Patriots. Titans at home.
Yep, I'm gonna go Titans here.
All right, good divisional matchup. Miami Dolphins on the road in Buffalo. Looks like it's going to be around November when this game's being played. So
I think that's a little too early for snow up in Buffalo, but it's gonna be cold enough. I think it's gonna hurt the Dolphins. We'll go Bills.
all right, you got the Raiders going to Cincinnati and playing Slim Shady.
Let's go Slim Shady.
All right, Broncos at the Ravens.
Broncos at Ravens. Yeah, we'll go Ravens here.
All right, Chargers at Browns.
Let's go Chargers.
I like it. I like the pick. Colts at the Vikings.
Let's go with the Vikings.
Okay. Jacksonville on the road at Philadelphia.
I'll go Philly.
Philly. All right. Tampa Bay facing off against the Chiefs at Arrowhead.
I'm gonna say real bad day for the Chiefs. Well, let's go
All right.
Tampa.
All right, Baker. Okay.
I'm gonna say Baker Mayfield goes
Okay.
crazy. Goes
All right.
crazy.
Commanders at the Giants.
I think this is battle mediocre. I'm gonna have to go with Daniel Jones here.
All right. Cowboys at the Falcons.
Let's go Cowboys.
Saints at the Panthers.
I'll give this one to Saints.
Okay. Bears at the Cardinals.
Let's go Cardinals. I think it's another mediocre match, but we'll go Cardinals.
All right. LA at Seattle.
We'll go LA.
And then I think a really good matchup here, Lions at Green Bay.
Oh yeah, I could see that being a fun one. I'll give this one to the Lions.
Okay. So now, before we dive into Week 10, let's look at some of the
Mhm.
standings here. AFC South right now, Texans are the number 1 seed so far at 7-2, 3-0 in the division, along with the 4-4 Titans, 4-5 Jags, 3-6 Colts. Then you, of course, you got the AFC North, Ravens at 7-2, Bengals at 7-2, with the 0-2 record for the Bengals in the division, with the 1-1 Ravens as well. Steelers and Browns at 4-4 and 4-5. Then over in the AFC West, which I really love because I thought the Chargers could win that division too, and I still think with John Harbaugh back with Justin Herbert and that kind of team there, there's a really good chance. 6-2 Chargers, 1-2 in the division. Chiefs 5-3, 2-0 in the division. Broncos 3-6, and the 1-8 Raiders. I think that really stands out to me along with the Patriots because I kind of have them at that too.
Let's go Raiders. Go Raiders.
Bills at 6-3, 1-2 in the division. Jets at 5-4, 3-0 in the division. Dolphins at 4-4, 1-2 in the division. That's kind of your AFC picture. What so far from like your picks? Anything that you like? You know, looking at this, are you pretty confident in like what you see so far?
I mean, yeah, this looks about what I would expect throughout the season. I think Texans are going to be one of the strongest teams, and obviously I don't like saying that being a Titans fan, but I think they have a real big build off of what they did last year.
Yeah.
So I think Texans are going to have a great year. I think Bengals with Joe Burrow, I think they finally get back to where they know that they should be. And like you said, with the Chargers, I think they might have a very strong year.
I think so. I
Um,
just like that team, man. I think their defense is stacked.
yeah, I think they'll be all right. And then as far as that Bills and Jets and Dolphins, I think all those three, I think they're going to compete and they're going to fight for that number one spot in the division. I don't see Patriots contesting it. Honestly, between those three teams, I don't know who's going to win. We'll see going through the rest of these weeks who I end up having as the winner. But I think it'll be a good race between those three.
And then diving into the NFC real quick, you got the Eagles at 7-1, 1-0 in the division, with the Cowboys at 5-3, 1-0, sneaking in the wild card spot. Giants, Commanders at 3-6 and 2-7. But then moving on into the NFC West, you got the Rams at 7-1, 2-1 in the division, having not played the 49ers yet. Then the 49ers at 7-1, 2-1 in the division as well. Looks like the 49ers are currently the wild card spot. I think there might be like one of those tiebreaker things based off points, but we don't have that. Cardinals at 4-5, along with the Seahawks at 4-5. Moving on to the NFC North, you got the Lions at 6-2, 1-1 in the division. Packers at the 7th wild card seed right now, 4-5, 1-1 in the division. Vikings at 3-5, Bears at 2-6, which looks fine to me. And then like one of the weaker divisions, the NFC South, you got the Falcons at 4-5, Saints at 3-6, Bucks 3-6, and Panthers 3-6. How confident are you in all that?
I really like the Eagles, the Philadelphia Bulldogs as they're nicknamed. So real big fans of them. So I definitely agree with them being up at number one right now. I think Rams, 49ers, and Lions, I think they're all the next teams up kind of thing. And going down that list, nothing really jumps out to me as a surprise except for that South group. That's I don't think they're too great, and it's definitely showing in my predictions so far. They're all negative going halfway through the season.
All right, so moving on, here we go. Week 10. We're going to kind of just rapid fire through the rest of these weeks real quick. Bengals at Ravens. Who do you got for that one?
Bengals,
All right, Broncos at Chiefs.
Chiefs,
Bills at Colts.
Bills.
Titans at Chargers. Should be a good
I'm
one
going
there.
Titans.
All
Big
right,
win for Titans.
yeah. Patriots at Bears.
The Bears.
The Bears.
The
Uh,
Bears. Bears.
Steelers at Washington.
Let's go Steelers.
Minnesota at Duval County.
Let's go Jacksonville.
Jets at Cardinals.
Um, I think this might be a closer game than it should be. I'm gonna have to go Jets. Go away team here.
All right,
I think it'll be
Lions
close
at
though.
Texans.
We'll go Texans.
Dolphins at Rams.
Ooh, this might be fun. I'll say another one of those kind of shootouts. I'll go Dolphins here.
Dolphins. All right.
Yeah.
You got Giants at Panthers.
Go Giants.
All right. Falcons at Saints.
Go Saints.
49ers at Tampa Bay.
49ers.
And then finally, the first matchup, we got the Eagles at the Cowboys. Who do we got for that one?
I'm gonna have to say Eagles.
Eagles. All right.
Yep.
And then moving on, week 11, Raiders at Dolphins.
Big upset. Let's go Raiders.
Ravens at Steelers.
Let's go Ravens here.
Bengals at Chargers.
Go Bengals.
Chiefs at Bills.
Ooh, at this point in the season, there might be snow. I'm giving it to Buffalo.
All right. Snow buffalo, no water buffalo. So anyway,
Exactly.
Colts at Jets.
Colts at Jets. Let's go Jets here.
Okay. Vikings at Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Right. Browns at Saints.
Saints.
Rams at Patriots.
Obviously, the best team is the Patriots.
Jacksonville at Detroit.
You don't believe me? You don't believe me?
Jacksonville at Detroit.
Let's go Jacksonville here.
Okay. Falcons at Broncos.
Go Broncos.
All right. Texans at Cowboys. Battle of Texas.
Yeah, I'll give
Monday
this
night.
one. I'll give this one to the Cowboys.
All right. Commanders at Eagles.
Eagles.
All right. Green Bay at Chicago.
Green Bay.
And then Seahawks at 49ers.
49ers.
All right. Moving on, we only have, I think, what was it, 18 weeks, so 6 weeks left. We can rapid fire this through pretty quick. Steelers at Browns.
Browns.
Titans at Texans.
Big upset. Titans.
Oh my God. Patriots at Dolphins.
Dolphins.
All right. Broncos at Raiders.
Let's go Broncos.
All right. Ravens at the Chargers.
Ravens.
All right. Lions at Indianapolis.
Let's go Lions.
All right. Kansas City at Carolina.
Kansas City.
All right. Minnesota at Chicago.
Ooh, you know what? Let's say Chicago.
All right. Tampa Bay at New York.
Tampa Bay.
All right. Cowboys at Commanders.
Let's say Cowboys.
And then Cardinals at Seahawks.
Seahawks.
All right. 49ers at Green Bay.
Ooh, this could be a decent game. I'm gonna go 49ers.
All right. And Eagles at Rams.
Let's go with the Rams here. Give it to home
I
team.
like it. I like it. All right. Week 13, almost done here. Raiders at Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Colts at Patriots.
Colts.
Steelers at Bengals.
Bengals. Oh, I almost said Steelers by accident.
Yeah. Texans at Jags.
We'll give it to Texans.
Okay. Browns at Broncos.
Let's go Browns.
Okay. You got Dolphins at Green Bay.
Go Green Bay.
Chargers at Atlanta.
Give me Chargers.
All right. Seahawks at New York Jets.
Go Seahawks here. We'll say they get a little bit of an upset.
Okay. Titans on the road in Washington.
Titans.
All right. Eagles at Baltimore.
Let's go Baltimore.
Okay. 49ers at Buffalo.
Buffalo.
All right.
I had to think hard about that one.
Chicago at Detroit.
Detroit.
Giants at Cowboys.
Cowgirls.
Okay. Arizona at Minnesota.
Let's go Arizona.
All right. And the LA Trash Cans versus the New Orleans Saints.
I'm gonna have to go LA here.
Okay. Perfect.
No. That's
Tampa
the wrong
Bay,
team.
Tampa Bay at Carolina.
We'll go Carolina here. I think it's a mediocre game, but we'll go Carolina.
Okay. Week 14. Jags at Titans.
Titans tend to have a fun time with Jags, so we'll go Titans.
All right. Cleveland at Pittsburgh.
Let's go Pittsburgh at home.
All right. Jets at Dolphins.
Dolphins.
Okay. Chargers at Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Okay. Raiders at Tampa Bay.
Let's go Raiders.
Bills at Rams.
Let's go Rams.
All right. Bengals at Dallas Cowboys. Monday Night Football.
I'll have to give this one to the Bengals.
All right. Green Bay at Detroit. Thursday Night Football.
Ooh, that'll be a fun game. Let's go Lions.
All right. Falcons at Minnesota.
Let's give it to the Vikings.
Okay. Saints at the Giants.
Let's go Saints.
All right. Panthers at the Eagles.
Eagles, 100%.
All right. Seahawks at the Cardinals.
We'll give it to the Seahawks here.
Okay. And then Bears at 49ers.
49ers, yeah.
All right. Moving into week 15. Only 3 more weeks left in the season, and then we can get into his playoff picks. We got Dolphins at Texans.
Let's go Texans.
Okay. Bengals at Titans.
Let's go Titans.
Oh my God.
I want us to beat the Bengals, man. That's just
J-
personal problem.
Jets at Jags.
Let's go Jets.
Okay.
Jets.
Suck. Anyway, Kansas City at Cleveland.
Kansas City at Cleveland. I'm going Kansas City here.
Okay. Colts at Broncos.
Let's go Colts.
Okay. Ravens at Giants.
Ravens.
Okay. Bucks at Chargers.
Chargers.
Okay. Patriots at Cardinals.
We'll give the Patriots a win here.
Okay. Bills at Lions.
Ooh. I think this could be a good game. I'm gonna have to go with the Lions.
Okay. Steelers at Eagles.
Let's say bad loss for the Eagles. Let's go Steelers.
Okay. Falcons at the Raiders.
Falcons.
All right. And then Rams at 49ers.
I think head to head, I'm gonna guess Rams.
All right. Commanders at New Orleans.
Yeah, I'll go New Orleans here.
Okay. Cowboys at Panthers.
Let's go with the Cowgirls.
Okay. Packers at Seahawks.
Packers at Seahawks. We'll go Pack.
Okay. Bears at Vikings.
We'll go Vikings.
Okay. Moving on to the second or third to third to last week. Browns at Bengals.
Let's go Bengals.
Okay. Texans Chiefs.
Ooh. Chiefs. It's at
Chiefs.
home. That's hard, yeah.
Okay. Steelers at Ravens.
Let's go Ravens.
Okay. Titans at Colts.
Let's say Colts.
Yep. Patriots at Bills.
Bills.
Okay. Broncos at Chargers.
Chargers.
Okay. Jacksonville at Vegas.
You know what? I'm gonna say it's the only away win for the division that week.
All right. Rams at the Jets.
We'll go Rams.
Okay. 49ers at Dolphins.
49ers.
Lions at Chicago.
Lions.
Okay. Giants at Falcons.
Go Falcons.
Eagles at Washington.
Eagles.
Cardinals at Panthers.
Panthers.
Okay. Vikings at Seahawks.
Vikings.
Okay. Bucks at Dallas.
We'll go Dallas.
And then Saints at Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Okay. Moving on, second to last week. Kansas City at the Steelers.
Kansas City.
Okay. Ravens at the Texans.
We'll give this one to the Texans.
Okay. Broncos at the Bengals.
Bengals.
Okay. Chargers at the Patriots.
Chargers.
Okay. Titans at Jacksonville.
I say Jacksonville wins this one.
Okay. Jets at Bills.
Bills.
Okay. Dolphins at Browns.
I'm gonna have to go Dolphins here.
Okay. Indianapolis at Giants.
We'll go. Yeah, you're hovering it. Yep, I'll say Colts.
Okay. Raiders at the Saints.
Let's go Raiders.
It's hot, dude. It's crazy. Okay.
Big Raiders fan here.
Seahawks at Chicago.
We'll go Chicago here.
Okay. Arizona at LA.
We'll say it's an upset here. Let's go Cardinals.
Okay. Falcons at Commanders.
We'll go Commanders.
Okay. Green Bay at Vikings.
We'll give it to Green Bay.
Okay. Panthers at Bucks.
Home team Bucks.
Okay. Dallas Cowboys on the road in Philly.
I think it's a big game towards the end of the season. Let's say Eagles. I think that'll be a big win, solidifying the division for them.
Lions at the 49ers.
Let's go with the Lions.
Okay. And then final week, rapid fire this as well. Chargers at
Okay.
Raiders.
Chargers.
Okay. Chiefs at Broncos.
Chiefs.
Titans versus the Colts.
What?
Titans versus Texans. Did I say Colts? Titans versus the Texans.
I'll say another away win. I say Texans win this.
Okay. Jacksonville on the road in Indianapolis.
I'll say Indianapolis.
Okay. We got Bengals on the road in Pittsburgh.
We'll say Bengals.
Okay. Browns at the Ravens.
I will say upset Browns.
Okay. Bills at the Patriots.
Bills.
Okay. Dolphins at the Jets.
Dolphins at Jets. We'll go Dolphins.
Okay. Seahawks at Rams.
Rams.
Okay. 49ers at Cardinals.
49ers.
Right. Bears at Green Bay.
Green Bay.
Okay.
Good year for them.
Washington at Dallas.
Dallas.
Okay. Saints at Bucks.
I'll go Saints.
Okay. Vikings at Lions.
Lions.
All right. Panthers at Falcons.
I'll say Falcons here.
Okay. Giants at Eagles.
I'll say Eagles finish on a win.
All right. So now that we're done, and before we get into the wild card round, let's take a look at the standings here, starting with the AFC. Bengals 14-3 with a 4-2 division record, finishing overall number 1. The number 5 Ravens at 12-5. Then you got the 7-10 Browns, and then for the first time in a while, Mike Tomlin is not going to break over 500. He's going 7-10 with the Steelers. Then the Chiefs are number 2 position at 13-4. We'll have to play a wild card game versus and then the Chargers at 11-6 also made the wild card. And then you got the 5-12 Broncos and 4-13 Raiders. Moving on, the Bills at 12-5 with the 3 seed. Dolphins at 9-8, Jets 8-9, and Patriots 2-15. Unfortunately, missing it. I know the Patriots were close on that one. Texans with the 4 seed at 12-5. Titans barely sneak in at the 7 seed at 10-7, with the Colts and the Jags both at 8-9, barely missing it as well. Parker, how confident are you in your standings here after we went through the whole year? And do you actually think Mike Tomlin will be under 500 this year?
Yes.
Okay.
You like that in-depth analysis?
Yeah, but standing wise, do you like kind of like where your seeds are at right now? Bengals at 1, Ravens at 5 seed, 2 for the Chiefs, 6 for the Chargers, 3 Bills, 4 Texans, 7 Titans.
Yeah, I like it. I like it. I will say the one thing, obviously rapid fire and picking all of these. I didn't expect my selections to be so, top heavy, and then the bottom half is, real bad. But I think
Well, you got some close ones in there. You got some close
Right.
ones. I mean, besides the AFC West, the AFC North is pretty close. I mean, 7 wins is still impressive in that division, And then,
Yeah.
8-9 Colts, 8-9 Jags. That's only 2 wins off from the 7th seed. So I mean,
Right. Yeah, I think I do like how this looks though. I'm like this could be the most worst preseason selection you've ever seen, but I think that's about what I would expect.
And then moving on to the NFC, you got the Rams at the number 1 overall spot, securing a bye with a 14-3 record, 4-2 in the division. 49ers at the 5 seed at 13-4 with a 4-2 record. The 7-10 Seahawks, the 6-11 Cardinals, with the Eagles at the number 2 seed at 13-4, 6-0 in division, did not lose a single game. The Cowboys at 11-6 with the 4-2 division record. The Giants at 4-13, Commanders at 3-14. And then you got the Lions at the 3 seed at 13-4, 5-1 in the division. Packers at the 7 seed at 10-7, 4-2 in the division, with the Vikings at 6-11, the Bears at 5-12, which I kind of like that right there. That looks really nice. And then you got the Saints making the playoffs, winning their division at 8-9 with the 5-1 division record. Falcons at 7-10, 4-2 in the division. The 5-12 Bucks and the 5-12 Panthers. What do you think about your NFC? And do you think the Rams are the best team in the NFC this year?
Personally, I think the Eagles are, but based off of the selections here, I gave it to Rams. So I would say Eagles best team there. I did not expect personally for the Packers to be put in at 7. But based off my selections, that's where they ended up. And this division's a lot more, or sorry, not this division. This conference is a lot more top heavy
Yeah, than
than
the
the other
NFC.
side. There's a big drop off.
Yeah,
I do think that South side is the weakest of the conference, and I think that works out well in your favor for the Saints.
it does. It does. Not for the wild card matchups, which we're going to get into real quick. The first wild card matchup is the Ravens at the Texans. Who you got winning that one right there?
I say Texans, big
They get
dub.
they get a divisional win, or they get the wild card win after losing to them in the divisional last year at Baltimore, which
Hmm.
I could see that too. The
Hmm.
Chargers at the Bills.
Let's go Bills.
Bills, and then you got your Tennessee Titans on the road against Kansas City. Of course, you guys lost to them. I think it was the conference champ, if I'm not mistaken. You guys
Yep.
lost to them in Kansas City, as well as also losing to them. I think another time at home as well. Do you guys have them? Do you have them winning this year, or what's the deal here?
I say first round revenge tour. Titans knock the defending boys out
Holy
of here.
crap! All right. Anyway,
Delusional Titans fan, yes, I won't lie.
49ers at the Saints. Who we got there?
I
Who that,
say
baby? Who
the
that? No, I'm
Saints
just kidding.
Saints made it into the playoffs, but I think it's the end of their run. I'm gonna say 49ers.
All right, you got the Cowboys versus the Lions. We all know the Cowboys choke in the playoff, not very good in the playoffs. Probably shouldn't even be there in the first place, but they are always finding a way to get there. Who do you got for that
Yeah,
one?
yeah. I don't disagree with anything you said. For that reason, Lions.
All right, a really, really good wild card game if this were to happen. Green Bay at Philadelphia.
Yeah, that could be a fun one to watch. I'm gonna have to go Eagles though on that one.
Okay, moving on. We finally got Texans at the Bills. Who we got for this one here?
Give me Texans.
Texans moving on from the divisional round. You got the Titans at the Bengals. Who do we got for this one?
I say they continue the revenge. No, I'm kidding. Bengals.
All right, you got
Unfortunately, I think that's where Titans season ends. I think Joe Burrow destroys our playoff hopes once again.
he means Joe Shiesty. Sorry, Joe Burrow. My bad. You got the Lions.
Slim Burrow.
You got the Lions at the Eagles in the divisional round.
I'll go Eagles.
All right. And then finally, you got the 49ers facing off against the best NFC team this year, according to Parker, the LA Rams and Matthew Stafford. Who we got winning that one?
I'm going to go LA here.
All right. All right. Now, you got a big, big, fun, exciting game. CJ Stroud and the Texans facing off against Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Who we got in the conference champ?
I'm going Texans.
Damn. Okay. All right. And then we got the Eagles facing off in LA versus the Rams, the best team in the NFC. Give me a go Rams real quick.
Go Eagles.
All right. He's picking the Eagles there for the conference champ. All right. So
I'm picking Eagles.
You got the craziest matchup that you'll ever see. CJ Stroud and the Texans finally making the Super Bowl versus the Eagles and Jalen Hurts. Who do you got winning in the Super Bowl?
Jalen Hurts versus CJ Stroud. That could be a real fun. I personally would love to see this. And I don't like the Texans, but I love this game right here. I'm going to have to go and say the Eagles get it done.
All right. Well, there you have it, guys.
Great
And
season.
before we get into our next segment, I just want to say if you guys, I just know odds wise for these division winners and just where they finish. If you want to lock in like a $5 bet on a long shot, by all means take this because this is a long shot right here. But
what do you mean, bro? This is a very realistic, very normal thing.
all right, so moving on to our next segment here. This is a big thing that's changed since last year. We have the UEFA Champions League changing their format. As you know, there's 36 teams in the UEFA Champions League now, with the first 8 getting the 1 through 8 seed getting an automatic bid to the round of 16, and then I think it's the 9 through 20. Do you know? It's 9 through something.
You know, I've looked through the new format before, and I've had a hard time understanding what I'm looking at. Now, I am slightly stupid, so that might be my problem, but it's a lot more complex than it used to be. That's all I know.
I know what it is. I need the picture that I was looking at earlier, too. I think it's the Man, what is it? It's 9 through something gets so 9 through 24th will play a playoff round for the rest of the 8. So the 1 through 8 get a automatic bid to the round of 16. The 9 through 24th will play a playoff series, a best of 2, or not best of 2, but a home and away on aggregate to make it to the round of 16, and then it kind of goes from there. Round of 16, quarterfinal, semifinal, final, and then of course, the rest of the teams will be eliminated. Won't even get into the Europa League or Conference League either. They're just done for the year of European football competition. But these are the teams that did make it. We just had the other games finish up today for who's going to make it from the playoffs. So as you saw, you got a couple of really interesting teams in here. I mean, it really gives you a different perspective of which teams are in here. Of course, you got Arsenal, Aston Villa, Atalanta, Atletico Madrid, Borussia Dortmund, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Benfica, those kind of teams in there. But I don't know. I mean, so if you had to pick a 1 through 8, right? I mean, and the draw is tomorrow. The draw is tomorrow on Thursday. So when you guys are listening to this, it should already be done. But we'll get our matchups. It's 4 home games, 4 away games for each team. It doesn't matter. There's no pool. There's no group. It's just every team will get 4 home and 4 away games against whoever. So if you had to do a 1 through 8, who do you got?
Yeah. Hearing you explain how this works, that's definitely a very different, very wild setup. It makes it a lot more difficult to pick a top 8 for sure. Let's see.
Oh, sorry. So no, I am right. I'm sorry. It's 8 different teams, 4 home, 4 away. I just want to make sure. So it is 8
Right.
completely different teams. There's not a single team that you'll be playing twice, like in a group stage. So
Right. And
with
that
that,
makes it just so, that you could there's not really a group of death. You could just have one team that has
yeah,
a death pool for them.
yeah,
It's like you could have, well, just because Arsenal's first one on the list, you could have Arsenal playing every other powerhouse in here, and every other powerhouse just plays
which
Arsenal once, and then all the other, lesser teams. Like, it could make for some very, you know, screwy, one-sided. One team really gets shafted here, so it could be
Which
interesting.
before we do our 1 through 8, I think me and Parker are going to do that tomorrow. Just we're gonna wait to see what the draws are, or whenever Parker's
Okay.
back on the episode, we're gonna wait to give our 1 through 8 because I don't really know how the scheduling is gonna work. If it's just randomized through a computer, which I've heard that's the case, it's just randomized through a computer. You get 4 home, 4 and away, but we're gonna wait to do our bracket kind of thing when we get to that. But just give us some takes here. I mean, I really, for a format like that, I mean, if I had to pick a prelim 1 through 8 pre-draw, I'd probably just go with Arsenal, Barcelona, Bayern Munich. Actually, you know what? Probably not even Bayern Munich. They've kind of been I honestly think, if I had to choose just 4 or 5, I'd go Madrid, Man City, Arsenal, Barcelona, and man, I'm really just comfortable only picking Real Madrid, Arsenal, Barcelona, and Man City, low key. Like, there's really not any other teams in here. Like, Inter Milan has already struggled with their league matches as well as Bayern Munich. Leverkusen is good, don't get me wrong, but in club competition and in European competition, sometimes they can struggle a little bit. PSG doesn't really stick out to me. AC Milan has been tearing it up on the L's in Serie A so far. So, I mean, I'm honestly only really comfortable picking Man City, Real Madrid, Arsenal, and Barcelona to be in the top 4 or in the top 8 right now.
Yeah, without seeing who else is going to be playing who,
Yeah.
I'll just on my fingers, I'll just go across the list. Go Arsenal, Bayern Munich.
You
We'll
don't have
say
Barcelona. You don't have Barcelona in the top 8.
I don't know with them, man. They're such a different team. It seems like compared to just recently, it could be
You
any
like
one direction for them. I'll go Atletico Madrid. I miss them. We'll say Juventus. We'll say Leverkusen, Liverpool, Man City, Real Madrid. That's 8 right there. I'll go with those teams.
I would put Bayern Munich in there, but it's still kind of just question marks for me. Like sometimes their attack is world class, and sometimes it's world shit. So it's really in between. There's really no difference. Honestly, like if I had to pick a sleeper team to kind of like show up in this club competition, low key, I mean, I'm honestly, it's tough not to say like Benfica. I'm surprised Porto's not in here, low key. I don't really know how they didn't make it, but Benfica might be like one of those sleeper teams just because they're so defensively set up very well with their shape. But I mean, Atalanta too. They could be interesting. I don't really think Liverpool is going to be crazy as like I think I can't believe I'm saying this. I think Liverpool and Aston Villa when it comes to club competition like this, I think they're kind of going to be in the same kind of kind of like situation if that makes sense. Like I think they're probably going to be sort of even when it comes to like club competition, but I don't know. I mean, for a sleeper team, low key, I just think Benfica could be really interesting. But that's just me.
Yeah,
I would love to see
yeah.
Celtic too. Celtic would be awesome, but they're very good in the Scottish Premiership, and then they get in here and they get absolutely manhandled just because they're not used to seeing competition like that. But
Right. And I mean, the crazy thing is, until we see this draw, there could be a team that ends up in the top eight that definitely is not one of the best top eight teams. But depending on who you get in your draw, you could get a very favorable draw that, you might be the best of the worst teams in this tournament and squeak through. So, I don't
yeah,
know.
I mean, I don't know. It's just tough because like and I don't even trust Inter this year, low key, or Milan. I just don't trust either of them playing that well. I mean,
Yeah.
like I'm really only comfortable picking those four, and I would love to pick my Borussia Dortmund team because I'm a huge Borussia Dortmund fan. I just think we're there, but losing new manager and just a couple new players, I don't really am comfortable saying that we're gonna even make it back. I mean, if we make round of 16, that's great. I just don't think we'll make it past that, low key. But I don't know. You know what? I would probably put PSG on that list, even without Kylian Mbappe. They still look very well. I mean, Bradley Barcola has scored, I think, what 3 or 4 goals in his first 3 matches. I'd probably say three. Like he scored two and then one, so I'm gonna go three. But PSG still looking solid. So
Yeah, I don't know. But to answer your question earlier about Porto, they're currently banned from
oh,
European competition.
how
So,
they swing that?
they didn't pay debts that they owed.
I'm pretty
So,
sure that's the same thing PSG's in right now because apparently Mbappe is still owed money from PSG on his salary and they haven't paid him yet. And I think PSG
that's
will.
yeah, that's different though. That is a club to player problem for
Oh,
Porto.
oh, I thought you were
For
saying that
Porto,
same
it's
thing.
a no, no, no. PSG is just club to player. For Porto, it's
What? So what's
club to
Porto?
UEFA.
Oh, well, UEFA doesn't need the money; they're fine. But
But yeah, they I guess they need to pay some money to
well, I mean,
the
and it's fine.
organization.
Well, it's fine if Porto's not in there because you still have Sporting CP in there, which is another good Portugal team. So I don't hate that. But I don't know. I mean, I just think because Germany has 5 teams and so does Italy, each have 5 teams respectively. Because technically, on the what was it was like the league rankings of difficulty, like or just
Hmm.
the ratings. It was Germany was either at 1 or 2, with Italy at 1 or 2, and then Premier League and La Liga below that. So that's when they get the 5 teams in there. But I mean,
Right, yeah, all based off of performances.
yeah. I mean, and I don't hate that. I just think like I don't know. I think it's weird seeing. It's just weird seeing Germany have like. I just don't think Stuttgart's as good as they were last year. And same thing with G. I'm probably gonna butcher this name, but Giorna. Is that say that right? Giorna.
Girona.
Girona. Yeah, they're not as good either. They're not as good either. They're not as good as they were last year.
Sure, but the thing with
Based
how
off
all these
last year.
tournaments
Yeah.
works, yeah, it's all based off of last season.
Which
You
is
you
kind of
qualified the season before.
I feel like that's just kind of shitty though. It's sometimes because when you go through a new team and you have new players on a new team, right? It's just not the same. So then you're just kind of just there just to be there, you know? It's like I'm happy to be here kind of thing.
Yeah, imagine being a superstar on a team that's working their way up, and you help them get to that top 4 or 5 spot in the league, and finally make a tournament that they've never been in, and then say you're no longer on the team, you go somewhere else, and you don't get to play in the
Yeah.
that'd be kind of
It's just one of
unfortunate to see for a player.
it's just one of those things too. I don't know. It's just and I mean, I don't think Salzburg has a chance. I don't think Young Boys has a chance. I don't think Sturm Graz has a chance. I don't think Sparta Prague has a chance or Shakhtar. I mean, honestly though, Sparta Prague and Shakhtar, they I don't know. I mean, they've been sticking around too for some reason. They're like that little gnat that just sticks around and beats teams for some odd
Yeah,
reason.
I mean they're just the best team in their league is all it is.
I will say real quick, I think the most surprising team of this group here could be Monaco. I think Monaco could be a really interesting team this year.
Mm.
I really do think AS Monaco in Ligue 1 could be a very interesting team.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
interested to see how this shakes out for sure.
Brest probably not.
Yeah, I don't see them going too far.
And honestly, the thing with Club Birch, is that how you say it? Club Birch, right? Belgium.
Boo.
Okay. Okay, buddy. Anyway, the thing with them is, yeah, they play very nice defensively, but they can't really score with the top teams, in my opinion. They do have a good defensive shape. Don't get me wrong. The same thing with Feyenoord as well. Not really high scoring team. It's just they play really good defensively. They do dominate in the Netherlands, but they don't really like score against the top tier teams. So it's like one of those situations. I say, you know what? PSV could be interesting though too. I think Monaco and PSV are my two like sleeper teams in this bracket.
Think so?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Monaco and PSV. Those are my two sleeper. I wouldn't even call if Atalanta was technically a sleeper team, I'd pick them, but I don't think they are personally. So I'm going with PSV and Monaco as my
I'll
like
say
sleeper.
my potential surprises. I'll say Girona or I know Leverkusen, they did so well last year, but like they're honestly not too used to being
European
what they are.
competition.
Yeah, being
Yeah,
being as highly um I guess understood. But we'll say those two teams for
yeah.
me.
Because I'm looking at the rest of these, and I don't really know about the rest of these. I mean, Sporting could be an interesting team as well. I wouldn't say Benfica since they're kind of used to being here, but Sporting could be an interesting team that could be a sleeper team. Young Boys always tries to stick around. They're an interesting team. They can either score with the best sometimes or just get demolished like 5-0. It's really
Yeah,
weird. They're one of
yeah,
those wavy teams.
yeah. They'll sometimes give you a run for their money. They're they're one of those little pests that won't go away. So
Yeah,
the
but
one interesting thing out of all of this is I didn't realize till you said it that those last few teams they just get dropped and then they
yeah,
don't go down to
yeah,
play anything else. They're just gone. I didn't realize that. So
yeah.
that'll be
25
yeah,
through 36, they're just done. They're not playing in the Europa. They're not playing in the Europa Conference League. Nothing. They're just done. That's it for the
yeah,
year.
yeah. And that's definitely different. But a lot of these teams are going to get a lot more exposure, and I'm sure they'll get a lot more money playing up in Champions League that they typically wouldn't even have the chance to.
Well, I think it
So I
allows.
don't know.
My thing is, it allows a lot of other teams to compete inside of the Europa League in the Europa or the Conference League or whatever. I think it
Hmm.
allows a lot more teams to participate and try to make some of these these competitions just because like used to I mean you wouldn't even have a shot because all these champion league team if they don't make it, oh well, they still get a buy into the Europa League, and that's all
Right.
fine and dandy. But now since they're eliminated, now this is your chance to win that competition. This is your time, you can do it now.
Yeah, I'll
So
say the one thing that I'm not too big of a fan of, just soccer tournaments in general, football tournaments, it's always, you have your group stage and then you have, your knockout stage, your playoffs in a way. I enjoy watching that group play no matter what the tournament is. It's always like the most fun part of the tournament. And I'm gonna definitely miss seeing that in here because that always made for some fun games, especially because there was some more of those. It's the last game of your group, and and either team has to win to go on. Like it made for some good storylines, and I feel like we're just gonna lose some of that here. There's not gonna be as many head-to-head games that matter as much in that first 8 games.
Yeah, because like honestly, if they were to stuck to the 32 teams instead of the 36, I understand they want to expand 4 more teams to give people more chances to compete in that Champions League and kind of switch it up. But the thing with me is I'm actually kind of glad to see this new format, in my opinion, and I'm a little different from you. I mean, I'm gonna miss the group stages, but then again, I kind of hate the group stages, right? Because you got teams like Young Boys or Sparta Prague or Shakhtar or any of these teams, that make it and have worked their asses off to make it, and then just get a group of like Arsenal, Dortmund, and like one of the Milan, for instance, right? And then you're just like, okay, well, I have no chance, now I have to play Arsenal twice, Dortmund twice, and Milan twice. It's like, what was the point of even trying to make it?
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
now,
I definitely see that point of view.
yeah, because now, for instance, if you're a team like Monaco, for instance, right, you might play Brest, you might play Servina. What is that team from Serbia? Servina Zvezda. Servina Zvezda. You'll play like some team like them, which you have a good chance to beat. Brest have a good chance to beat Celtic, Club Brugge, all this stuff. So I think it's fair. I think it's more fair. You have a good chance. You could be a 4-4 team and might make the round of 16.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I don't know how it's gonna work out, but we'll definitely. I guess we'll find out more
but yeah,
more it goes along.
that's what I was going. We're just gonna go ahead and wrap up this episode of the show today, and then of course me and Parker will probably be back to you tomorrow or Friday to talk about those draws to see who's got who coming. In their 8 games, and kind of just talk through that. It's probably going to be in that episode. It might probably be just all of that because there's a lot of games to go through and talk about that. But I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Of course, you got the LA Rams winning the NFC, baby, getting the first round bye. Can't wait for the NFL year. It's going to be insane. You got Stafford MVP. You think he's winning MVP if he wins the NFC?
No.
So you don't have Stafford MVP, but you got the Rams winning the NFC, baby. Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you wanna say anything to the millions and millions of fans that we have out there?
Uh. Um.
All right, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode, and I'll see you on the next one. See you guys. You got nothing to say at all? Not a single thing?
I'm scared of people.
All right, buddy. Well, that's okay. Maybe we'll find something for you to say next episode. Just nothing at all. Real quick, right off the top of your head, right now.
Should I talk about the voices in my head?
All right.
I packed a bowl and I fell asleep. I never have the guts